Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and boys, welcome to the Tilton Talk Show. It's Monday, 6:33 to 8 o'clock. And with us tonight, we've got, just wanted to take my shoes off, Mark Adams, without a wave.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're okay.
You almost look nude, Mark.
I do feel a bit naked just being this road, to be honest.
I'm not going to see that now.
Captain of the board, right down there, right on the south coast, Mr. Alan Watton.
Evening, everyone.
What's your weather been like down there today? It's been absolutely lovely.
It's colder today. It was a sleepless job yesterday, but today was a bit cold.
No, it's been really nice up here today. Mr. Picture himself, the one and only Mr. Craig Courtney.
Good evening, everyone.
Got it?
Oh, short and sweet.
Oh, okay. The amazing Claire Giblin, she is zooming in from the bath tonight. Thank goodness she's got the majesty. There you go.
I think she's zooming from Bath.
I'm zooming from Bath. I'm not in the...
Not in the...
My hearing, look. It's my hearing. I'll get the hearing out.
I was getting concerned then. Claire in the bath and Mark in his robe. He was a bit worried.
What sort of show is this?
A family show, everyone.
We'll bring it back to normality. And of course, my old mate Chris Browne.
Good evening.
And good evening from me. Nothing good to talk about again, is there really?
No, not really, no. It seems to be two good ones, two bad ones.
Leak.
Yeah, very.
Typical Birmingham City, really, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Mark, you've read a statement tonight. I know you've only glossed over it very quickly. I haven't seen it yet, but just go into a little bit of detail about what it's about.
Mark, if you want me to, I've got the full statement in front of me at the moment. I can read it.
Yeah, let's have somebody intelligent on it. Do it.
I can't read anyway, so...
I'm not passing any comments. So the first part is there has now also been a follow-up statement from the club. So I'll start by reading that one, which is Birmingham City acknowledges the decision of the EFL and its charges of which the club have alleged breaches of EFL regulations following the conclusion of its investigation into a proposed acquisition of control. The multiple matters have now been referred to an independent disciplinary commission, and on behalf of the club, no further comments will be made. The statement from the EFL is, following the conclusion of an investigation into the proposed acquisition and control at Birmingham City Football Club, the EFL today has charged the club on a number of other individuals with alleged breaches of EFL regulations. The EFL has been considering whether the club, any officials and or any persons involved with the proposed acquisitions of control complied with the requirements and regulations in relation to the owners and directors test. Having comprehensively reviewed all of the relevant issues, the EFL has now determined that there is sufficient evidence to justify issuing the various charges of misconduct.
Here we go.
The charges allege that a number of people were allowed to and did act as relevant and or acquired control of the club without the prior approval of the EFL and associated breaches. The multiple matters have now been referred to an independent disciplinary commission and are due to them being subject to an ongoing proceedings. The EFL will not make any further comment. So both of those released not too long ago by both the EFL and the club. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but I read that two ways. The first one is it's the involvement of Paul Richardson and Maxi Lopez.
Not today.
Or from reading into the fact that they say they are considering whether the club, any officials and or any person involved with the proposed acquisition, then that again may also be down to our current ownership. I'm doubting that very much. I think it is all to do with the Maxco side of things.
Yeah.
Interesting announcement, though. Oh, we've got our youngest member of the Tilton joining us.
This is little Ivy. Ivy Lily. New Blue Star.
Welcome to Tilton Talk, man. Welcome to Tilton Talk. Welcome to a life of misery and
Definitely a lot.
And really pleasingly, you don't look like your granddad.
Yep, no, she looks nothing at all like me.
Got a beard like him.
Can you ask her Ivy's thoughts on the statement?
Okay, Ivy, what are your thoughts on the statement? Today's statement. Yeah, no.
Chris,
She
she's
said,
absolutely gorgeous.
gaga.
Absolutely beautiful.
I'll just give her back to Grandma.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Hi, hello, you're right.
There we go. She can't hear you.
Aw.
Yeah. So, thoughts, Alan?
Well, I'm just thinking the suitability of these two gentlemen. Surely, during the period of them arriving and doing whatever they did and then leaving, the EFL had plenty of time to find out whether they were right and proper. Surely that's, where does that come from?
They did it on Carson Young in 10 minutes flat, didn't they?
Well, yeah, it was 6 years too late, but I never quite understood what their relationship was with the club. Yes, they were putting money in, but who can't do that? If I got £1 million in my back pocket, I'd say that go on, spend that on something, fix the stand or whatever, and nobody could stop me. And if they said, "Is he right and proper?" Well, I'm a church going Birmingham City fan. What have you got on me? Two left feet. But it doesn't make any sense at all. Now these two guys, one's a Birmingham City fan and the other's an ex-professional footballer. They're not members of the Cosa Nostra. I mean, come on, what is going on? And if they haven't done that, somebody either in our club or in the AFL ain't doing their job. They're the people that should be, hey, you ain't done this, and that should have been from day one.
What I don't understand
people
is
interested in the club, check them out.
These guys came in, they invested, and we all know they've invested money in the club. They have ultimately put money in which has helped us as a club continue to run. But the EFL want to charge us with a misconduct rule. Now, I don't understand that because it's in their interests to keep the club afloat. It's in their interests to ensure that the club remains in a situation that we do not enter administration or anything like that. And arguably, this is the wrong area to be investigating. They have said on the bottom that it is subject to ongoing, things happening and ongoing proceedings. However, this is the wrong thing to concentrate on. They should be looking at the current ownership of the club, not the people that, for me, have come in and they've kept us afloat. They've kept us going, and whether that be by way of cash injection or loans, we don't know. And to be honest, I don't care because it kept us afloat. But what I don't understand is the AFL have jumped on this. Is this, though, the first of many things? Is this what could force the sale of the club? Is this them saying, get your asses into gear and get acting in the right way? I sincerely hope so. And I just desperately hope that what we're not looking at is anything but a kind of slap across the wrists and maybe suspension of various things. I see a fine coming. I desperately hope there's no points. And also,
I just hope that they had this in the first place because we wouldn't be in this mess. The thing is they're looking at this now. I think it doesn't help that they made it really obvious that they were getting these players in. And at the start, they were, getting Hannibal in, things like that. They posed with them. But why didn't they do this fit and proper on the owners that we've got now? Because they should know who owns us. We don't know who does that. So why are they now?
I think it was a Premier League at the time, to be honest with you, right? And they did do what they called a fit and proper persons test. But me, Chris, we've had discussions many, many years ago about somebody turning up with a checkbook and passing the fit and proper persons test because he got a checkbook.
Yep.
Their clubs, Chris. I won't name them, right? They passed a fit and proper persons check because they've got a checkbook.
Yeah, no.
We've got to be clear, though, that the Premier League has absolutely nothing to do with our current ownership. The Premier League were, and arguably could be accountable for what happened with Carson Young. They're not, under any circumstance, accountable for what's happening at this present moment, because there was an acquisition change by this group. So at the end of the day, the owners, the people that are running the club at the moment, is through the EFL. That is not through the Premier League. And that perhaps is our counter argument as a club. However, you're right, Nick, it started when that acquisition took place. Arguably, our current situation with BHSL, with the money coming in that we don't know where it's coming from, as accounted by the EFL. There is nobody else, for me, that can be held accountable for any fit and proper test not being done properly, apart from them.
Okay, let's take a positive view of this. And if you're right that this situation will force them to sell, right?
Yeah.
They say no, we're not selling. This is our company, you know. You can throw us into the conference. We don't care. We're still on the stock market, you know. That's because that's their be all and end all. And I just said let's try and be positive. Well, I've thrown on the bonfire there, but you see where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
If they put their hands up and say, yeah, we're not fit and proper, give us 40 million, somebody, and we'll bug it off. Great. But, you know, the Chinese mentality is not like that. It is that would make them look like failures, and they don't like that.
Well, unfortunately, they are failures, Alan.
Well,
they are failures from the top to the bottom of our football.
Yeah.
Not as far as the Hong Kong stock market is. You know, they are successful because they are what they are. We don't think that's very much, but that's unfortunately we don't get a say, do we?
Can I tell you something, mate? I am absolutely sick to death of talking about them. I am sick to death. 11 long, hard years of talking about nothing but bad ownership. Nothing but bad ownership. Now, I don't care if the club are listening tonight. Listen if you want. Phone in if you want. Come in if you want. Right? Talk to us. We, as Birmingham City fans, are up to there with your absolute, utter incompetence.
Yeah.
Do you think the protests will start again?
God, yeah. Of course.
I hope so.
Because all of a sudden, I think this is going to tip people over now.
Yeah,
I think this is where it's going to get to the point where we've got up to here, and there's no way back from this. Because if we get a 12-point deduction, is that going to be this season? Is that going to be next season? Because I can see them throwing it at us. They didn't stop last time, did they?
Yeah,
also,
I can see.
they don't like us.
They can't wait
want
to
us
meet
out
out
of the
their miserable.
championship.
They can't wait to meet out their miserable little distributed fines and points deductions and this, that, and the other, and get themselves their 15 minutes of fame in the newspapers.
It does seem like there's an agenda. It does seem like dramatic, but there does seem like an agenda for us to go down. I'm convinced they want us out, like Claire said, out of the league. I'm sure they want to see us rot in League One, and I think they're doing everything in their power to make that happen. I think we're looking at points deductions. To be fair,
it has to be. It will have to be. Mark, after the last episode, right?
But
and it will
Nick, let's be clear. It doesn't have to be points. And the reason I state that is there is another club who went through exactly the same as us, failed an ownership challenge in terms of them passing a fit and proper test, and they did not get points deductions. They got a suspended points deduction, right?
Yeah.
That club was relegated, but was relegated on merit. No other reason. That club now still exists in the league below us. I'll name the club. It's Rotherham. Right? They failed exactly the same as we do. Now, unless the evidence that is against Birmingham City outweighs everything that happened for Rotherham, then there is no reason to give us a points deduction when they didn't get it, because we would take it to a court of law and they'd win hands down.
Okay. Bose is ready to make a weekly appearance on the Tilton Talk Show, ladies and gentlemen. There she is. And up she goes.
And I mean, it's interesting as well that Rotherham's owners, when this happened, had gone within 6 months. Those people left the club. They went because the warning that was given was that they had to sell. They had to move on. Otherwise, the points would kick in. And I really believe, and I desperately hope that that is the same as what's happening with us now. As fans, we've got to have a say. I agree. I think the demonstrations and things will continue. I actually, this evening, just before the announcement, had an update in regards to the letter to the Blues Trust. So I'll update on that shortly.
Okay, yeah, cool.
There's a lot of cogs turning at this present moment. Yeah, it all seems very negative, but I still go back to the fact this could play into our favour.
Scenario.
And I really, heart in heart, hope that happens.
Scenario, Craig. Okay. Claire, give him that wine. I mean, I'm not being. You're a bit you could get a glass, couldn't you?
Strawberries and cream. Lovely.
Yeah.
No, scenario, Craig. Scenario. Well, let's assume then that the Rotherham story transfers into the Birmingham story, right? Mm-hmm. And they give the owners the opportunity to say, either clear up or we're going to give you a points deduction. They won't move, mate. They will not move.
No, I can't see them doing that either. I can't see them. I just see them don't go on then. Throw the points
They'd lose too much money. They'd lose too much money.
My worry is we're still on the stock market. We don't care.
My worry though is that everyone assumes if we go down, they'll leave. But if we do go down, what if they don't leave? What if they're still here?
My question mark is: what is this company BHSL doing to be even listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange? What are they doing?
Making money.
Yeah.
How, where, why, when, and what?
They're making money. Their value on the stock exchange is 3 times, if not 4 times now, possibly the value of the club.
Yeah.
There's absolutely, the shares and everything else, and they make the take there values BHSL at around 120 million, I believe.
Yeah. Let's all remember that these people, they have got money. They've got more money than we think they have. A lot of people think they're
choosing not to spend it on.
We are one of the toys. That's
They're also putting money into us, otherwise we wouldn't be afloat.
Yeah, of course.
It may not be loads on players. Yeah.
Scenario 2, Craig, and again, I'm not a financial expert. I don't know the answer to this. Were Lopez and Richardson allowed to pump money into the club, even though they weren't like employed by the club or members of the board?
Anybody can loan money.
It's like Alan said, isn't it? I could win the lottery tomorrow and give a charitable donation of 2 or 3 million.
Yeah.
There's
if you do win the
loads
lottery
of different
tomorrow,
things.
okay, if it comes my direction.
Yeah.
I'll buy you a pie, Nick.
A pie?
Nice.
We'll get you a burger from the van. We'll buy you a van.
Sorry,
I'll tell you what, we'll buy you a burger van.
I used to have a burger van.
Yeah.
We'll get you another one. We'll plunk it right outside.
Yeah, I used to have a burger van down by Uttoxeter railway station. It was more breakfast like. But I mean, they were monsters. I didn't mess about, mate. They were proper.
Yeah. Well, how much did you charge?
I beg your pardon.
How much did you charge for the burgers?
Well, it was about 15 years ago. Bacon, sausage, egg, black pudding, hash browns, tomatoes, egg. Be about £4.50.
Pretty helpful.
I thought that was your mate's nicknames.
Good question from Adam Wilkes. Surely if we go down, shares will plummet and they would lose out big, right? Of course.
You would think so.
You would think
but
so.
if they're making money from the situation we're in now, which ain't very clever, do they give a toss? Do they give a toss?
They'll take the hit, maybe. They'll just
roll. Personal question. How old are you?
Me?
Yep.
71.
71. Chris Brown, how old are you? No, come on.
I'm in my 60s.
What, sorry?
I'm just in my 60s.
Yeah, but how old are you?
Okay, I'm 63.
It doesn't really matter. It's not
That's my waist size.
Claire, how old are you? What?
Go on, Claire.
How old am I? 31.
No, I didn't really ask you. It was a joke, Dork. Get back on your bottle, love. And I'm 60.
He tells you that every week.
I know.
The top three people on here.
I'm from Birmingham. There we go.
The top three people on my Zoom is Alan Watton, Chris Browne, and me, right?
Yeah.
And think about this, younger people, right? Think about this.
Where's this going?
We, 2 and 3, haven't got that long left now. Huh?
happy
The reality
days. Happy days.
I'm saying is the reality is we've had this now for 11 years. Will Alan be here in 11 years' time? Will I? Probably not.
11 years? I hope so.
I've partied far too hard, I promise you. but you get where I'm coming from, Claire, right?
Yeah.
As the younger generation that are coming through, like we are the older generation that are, going out, so to speak. And we've had this now for 11 years, and I've seen amazing things down at St Andrews and with the Blues, like the Leyland Daft Cup final, the mud dance at Wigan. But it's 11 years, Claire. You were 20 when we won the Carling Cup final, mate. You were 20. Huh?
I go back to the fact that it's not 11 years. I still say it's 5. 11 years ago, we were in Europe. We just, not long come out of Europe. We'd had a fantastic league.
Yeah, and what did we do? Get relegated. And then the owner got chucked in prison.
We was in and we got into the playoffs. We were in Europe. We had arguably, for me as a fan, my most enjoyable season of football at the club. Even when I take into account the Premier League years, I still say that season with Europe and with that push for promotion is something that I will not see again.
That was great.
Fair enough. As the second biggest city in the country, bearing the city's name, we deserve better.
I'll just quickly run through a few on YouTube because I keep forgetting people on YouTube. EFL statement, he thinks it's curtains, says Toby Tobias.
What does he mean by the curtains?
Yeah.
What does he mean?
Does Tobias mean relegation? Or?
Yeah, this season. If they
trap door has been opened.
Yeah, if they did a point, that is. Then he should just go for manager, surely. Anybody else think that he's been lined up for playing manager? Where's Paul Ipkiss? Well, I don't know. Anybody see Deeney's brothers challenge the other day?
No.
No, didn't see.
No.
Is there any similarities? I can't say similarities, so I'll say similarities.
The same.
With what happened to Derby? What do you reckon, Craig?
Yes, a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
And I live, 15 miles away from Derby? Perhaps not even that far. And I'm regularly talking to the Stoke supporters here and the Derby supporters here. And I really felt sorry for Derby with what they had to endure, because it's just the fans that hurt the worst. It's the fans, and they should go after the individuals who are causing the problem, right? Not punish the people who are trying to support a club.
There's a big difference between us and Derby. Their owners put them into administration. Our owners are not going to do that.
We could have come very close, Craig, when Mr. White Boy was there.
Yeah, we cannot be put into administration. The owners have to do that, and the owners are not going to do that. They
can't afford to.
Can't afford to. No, they'd lose everything. Take it this way: £1 in every 100, or £1 in every 1,000 in some circumstances. Sometimes even more. You are lucky if you get if something goes into administration. So are we like Derby? No. Are we in the position Derby were in? No. Are we close to it? No. Have we been run similar? Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. We have been run very similar to them, but we are not the next Derby.
I get what you're saying, Craig. I think like 90% of what I say is born out of complete and utter frustration.
Well, I think everybody's the same, Nick. I really do.
It's just a natural reaction, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you know for a fact that the next question on social media probably now: would you take relegation if the owners went. Would
No.
you take that?
It's already there, Mark.
No.
Sorry.
Already there. The shape box. The amount of people that have said on the shape box, that's it. I'll take relegation to get rid of it.
I still don't think we'll go down.
You can't.
I'd rather rebuild. What's the point going down? Let's rebuild it in the Championship. I don't think we'll go down anyway. But
we need 4 more wins. 4 more wins. We will be fine.
We'll be fine.
We struggle to get those 4 wins. Like we can't. With who's going to leave at the end of the season, we've got a massive rebuilding job. If they do it properly, we will be fine. Because you've got all the big earners going, like Dean will go, you name it, they will go. Because you're going to leave this club because they haven't got a contract. And at the end of the day, if we get in some really good quality young players, we could do quite well. I don't think going down will help us at all in the circumstances. No. We've already lost a lot of the crowd. My generation and below were struggling to get those people in because of the football we're playing and because they're witnessing it. If you put us down to League One, I can't see us grabbing or doing anything.
Well, no, we'll be down. We'll be down to 11,000.
We'll be down for a while.
Here's another one for you then, Craig and Alan, because you're obviously far more intelligent than I am. Yeah. I'm meaning that, because I'm just a Blues fan. I just want to do well. I just want to win. Now, Manchester City have now been charged at last, right?
Yeah.
But they have got that much money oozing out of their pockets. They will get every best lawyer in the world to defend their Premier League status.
Yeah.
It's down to money.
As would anybody.
Give cash in hand, they'll do it.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a possibility, but I look at the Rangers case now. That obviously they're not in the same budget class as Manchester City, but they have, shall we say, connections within society, right? Freemasons and judges and the Church of Scotland and all sorts of things that you couldn't imagine that these people would allow what happened to happen. But it did, because there was opposition to all those things, and they won out in the end, and they kicked them down to the 4th division, basically. Now, we are talking about a foreign-owned club who, who are these? We don't know who our owners are. Do they know who theirs are? There's more to this than just pound, shillings and pence and football. There's all sorts of things that could be brought into. The government could say, well, they kicked every Russian owner out of the country like that if they wanted to, because they did. They had to. They could say the same. I mean, I don't know that might be, God-fearing, loving people for all I know. But if somebody in the echelons don't like them, bang, they'll kick them out. Now, the whole of the football world is queuing up to say, right, we've got them now. Now, yes, they'll fight tooth and nail. But if at the end of the day, it's again, we live in a democratic world, are you guilty or not guilty? There's 8 for and 4 against. You're done. You're going down. Cheerio. Yeah. And we won't stick you in Division 3, 4. We'll stick it in the Conference North. Yeah. That's what they could do if they had the will.
But now, they wouldn't, and they won't because of that.
Yeah, because they're against the country. It's a country that owns them. It's not a business. It's a country who's got a lot more money than everybody else. And also, if you think about the brand of Man City and how much that brings to the Premier League and everything else in English football, why would they do that? Like Rangers, but Rangers isn't like you know, it's a big team in Scotland, but if you do it to Manchester City Champions League, it will then all of a sudden have repercussions for everybody else because everyone owes each other's money.
You're lucky to be 31 years old. You're 30 years younger than me, my dear. But me, Chris, and Alan Watling, and I don't know whether Craig Courtney can remember Manchester City in the 3rd division.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I can remember.
I remember Manchester right below. I remember the being low.
Yeah. The league, you know, playoff final, Nicky Weaver in goal and all that lot. Yeah.
But they built themselves back from the bottom. There's a big difference. I honestly don't believe we would do that.
No.
Wolves and Southampton did, but we don't have
Wolves,
the backing.
they were very, very lucky with what they did. They were very lucky because they were the next target.
If they hadn't have gone up, twice in the end, they gambled, and if they'd have failed in that gamble, they would have been in terrible financial trouble. It all worked out for them, and good luck to them. I don't want to see clubs fall apart, but I'll go back to our 3rd division days, right? And I remember people say, we've been struggling down here forever. We'll go back down and rebuild. Well, we did rebuild, and it took us 3 years. And we would do a dance if we got 5-figure crowds. We were getting 6,000 and 7,000. And there was one of those. Everybody said, 50,000 people at Wembley. The first round of that Leyland Daft, we had less than 3,000 people watching it.
I was there, Swansea.
Yeah, less than 3,000. No, we don't want that garbage, do we? It's embarrassing.
No, we don't.
And it's a long way back when you start looking at, I always make a joke about this. When we went down to the 3rd division, we found we got another 20-odd bogey grounds that we'd never played at before. Yeah. Unfortunately, one of those bogey grounds was our own. And that's the situation we're in now at the moment. We just treading water. Now, all this business that's come out today has just poured oil on troubled waters, has it not?
Alan, it's literally.
This is hot off the press.
Sorry, Craig. We've been going for 37 minutes and we've had nothing positive to say. No. Craig, off you go.
Go on, Craig.
I just want to say that in the past 14 minutes, Paul Richardson has also made a statement to which he is stating, in response to the EFL statement issued today, we will defend any alleged breaches of regulations vigorously. No further comment will be made. And he is tagged, obviously, on Instagram, Maxi Lopez into that as well. They obviously feel as though they have a case.
They're going to say that, aren't they?
A less strong statement.
It's got a positive view. All this turmoil again, isn't it? Turmoil. Every week it's turmoil.
It wouldn't be Birmingham City, would it? Yeah. Wouldn't be Birmingham City without turmoil.
Before we just go on to anything else, can I just cover off the letter updates?
Yes.
Because I think it's right that we move on to some positives. So, in regards to the letter, the Blues Trust have received a notice back from the letter that was delivered on the 8th of February. They have confirmed as well that it was delivered to the board and onto BSHL as a whole. They have heard that they are preparing a response to the open letter and that this will be issued to the Blues Trust shortly, and they will share that openly with everyone at the point that they have had it. However, they will continue to push on the main aims, which were flagged within the letter, which was around open communication, was around having a say in the club, which was that shadow board that we discussed around, and we await those to come back. And we will speak to them. And the last bit is just to say that our current online petition stands at just over 3,200. In fact, just shy of 3,300.
Okay, 3,300 people. Come on.
Yeah. However,
what's that
we've
crowd?
got 10,000. We've got 10,000 season ticket holders.
Yeah.
Come on.
We've got an average of 16,000 attending the ground.
Yeah.
So what I ask is,
okay, does anybody know what the mail list is? Because I do.
Yeah.
What the what? Sorry, Chris.
The mail list, Birmingham City mail list. It's approaching 200,000.
Right. Is this on the Blues Trust?
No, we're talking about the club. The club's mail list,
right.
the mail shot. The mail shot. You know those mail, you know the emails you used to get, you don't get anymore.
Yeah.
Them
They have a
200,000.
huge following at the club.
There's 200,000 people that get emailed by the club, or used to.
Yeah.
Whether they do now, I don't know.
I think they just send pigeons.
That's right, yeah.
Probably so. I think that people have got so fed up of it that they generally don't believe that anything is going to work. So that might be the reason why they see a petition and they just think, well, I can sign it, but nothing's going to change. Like, maybe that might be the reason. I don't know. Could be, and does every fan have that option of social media? If you've got signatures outside the ground, would you have more of a presence outside the ground than having it on social media? Because not everybody has social media, especially a lot of the older ones. Do they have that? Have people seen it? I don't know.
You know what, Nick? I think a lot of people have genuinely given up on Blues and possibly on football. They've just turned their backs.
Sorry, Mark. We have a fan base that's built on people that watched us in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Now, unless you're an absolute diehard, like myself, in fact, all of us, right? We're all diehard fans, and we'll go through it through thick and thin. But those people that have been there and have seen the glory days, and that's what we'll call them, the glory days, Man United's, local derbies against B6, all these different things. Those people that joined that season that we were promoted via that fantastic playoff final, right? Those people were young and younger. We've lost the generation due to COVID. We've lost fans going down to the ground because of COVID, because they can't be asked to go down anymore because we're not playing the Man Uniteds and the Liverpools. And
right, Craig, for me.
So
a lot of people won't pay. A lot of people won't pay money into their pockets.
No, that's right.
I know a lot of people that have said, I am not going down the Blues until it changes, the ownership changes. Yeah. And a lot of people have said to me, the best day, they will never get a day like when we won at Wembley. We will never get that day back again. Until we get near to it, that's it. And I know that people
that tell you, right, wherever Penny Martin scored that goal,
best day of my life.
Right. I was on the right-hand side of that, almost at the top, not far from the top, and my three boys were next to me, right? And that final whistle went, and the tears were just rolling down my eyes.
I cried.
It was surreal.
I cried and I cried.
My boys were looking at me, and I said, you have to take these next few moments in, because you will probably never ever see them again in your life. And I promise you, I was sobbing, Claire. I wasn't crying, I was sobbing.
That came on my phone.
My moment.
This morning. I've got memories on my phone this morning of me waiting 9.5 hours, waiting outside St Andrews to get a ticket. And I sat there this morning and I thought, I waited 9.5 hours. I slept on the street to be able to actually get a ticket. Would like to have that memory for the rest of my life. I can't see. Like, you cannot see that ever happening again. I never thought it would happen in my lifetime anyway.
My second eldest son, Luke.
Like say, I mean,
son Luke spent 14.5 at Immaculate for me, for his dad,
and we would all do it. We would all do it again.
In a
heartbeat.
Do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like say, I waited nearly 10 hours, like I did for the 2001 final, like I did for the playoffs. And it was cold, it was long, and it was. But like Claire said, it was just once in a. Well, you think at the time, once in a lifetime.
Of course, yeah.
I wouldn't swap that for anything. I'd queue up 20 hours if I had to.
Mark, I slept outside St Andrews for the Leyland Act tickets. I slept outside for the 2001, right? And Luke, my son, spent 14.5 hours in the freezing cold. And he suffers from Raynaud's syndrome, where all his fingers go, right? Yeah. And his brother kept coming up to him, giving him copies and this, that, and the other. And he gets to the front, He says, 4 tickets, please. And she says, I can only give you 3. We have left out. Thankfully, she went, look, there you go.
A few shout-outs on the board. I just want to... Sorry, Nick. A few shout-outs on the board I want to read out because I think these are, summing up how we all feel. Nigel Mann, if you're a Blues fan, surely you go through thick or thin. Let's face it. We don't care what's happening off the pitch. It's all about the fans in the club. Right? If it's in your blood, it's in your blood. It doesn't go away.
Of course, yeah.
We've seen worse days, and I'll go back to it. Kumar's was worse than what we are now.
Yeah.
And people also saying, and this is a really valid point from Alan Minnie, if we were playing anything like we were at the start of this start of the season, or at the end of last season,
or against West Brom,
higher in the league, we would be getting 15,000 plus crowds. Totally agree. Right?
And the atmosphere was totally different. The atmosphere changed.
Yeah. Against the Albion, right? We won the game. We won the game against the Albion. The atmosphere was brilliant. It was flat against Cardiff.
Yeah, it's terrible against Cardiff.
What's the difference, though? What's the difference between the two games?
The thing is, sorry, Craig, putting in. The thing is, though, it's a regular thing. We've said it before. You have a really good game, and then if you've got, say, a Cardiff on a Tuesday, you just know you're going to go there. It's going to be cold. It's going to be quiet. It's going to be flat. And it's been the same old problem for the last 5 or 7 years. It's always crappy after, everyone's buzzing after the one game. And then a few days later, you just know it's going to be like a graveyard.
Alan, I wish, and I know that you wish, that we could bring the atmosphere of the 1970s back into St Andrews. My goodness me, that was frightening. It was pure fear.
Well, I agree with you, Nick. But that album, I'm sitting there watching my telly, and it came across. Normally you don't, but it came across. Hello, there's something special happening here. The crowd was coming through. Unfortunately, if you're watching it on the telly, you're still looking at, adverts around the ground instead of people, so you don't actually see very much of the crowd, which is unfortunate. But it did come across. So it's the will is there, but that mid-February fixture, it comes up every year. That cold and
Tuesday night
in the cold,
raining.
Who are we playing? Oh, bloody Cardiff! The last couple of years it's been Millwall, and they've all come down and beaten us in that cold, down atmosphere. And it was sparsely. It was obvious this year because we got this suddenly regeneration of a bit of passion and a bit of feeling and a bit of good stuff from our players and the manager and whatever, and sod the owners, we don't care. And then 3 days later, bump. Yeah. As I've said, we've got to stop playing teams that haven't won since the Queen Mother died and losing to them. Yes, we all know sequences are there to be broken, but let's stop breaking them. Yes, we'll break the fact that we hadn't beaten the Albion twice in 20-odd years. But when we did beat them 20-odd years ago, we used to beat them every season. Bang, bang, bang. Not just once in a blue moon. We were both in the Championship. We used to give them absolute hammerings. And my old mates, who long since gone Albion fan, he said that Dele Alabola, he's terrorised us for 5 seasons, and whoever's he played for, Crew or whatever, he turned up the Albion and got hat-trick. And I even saw a reserve game at the Hawthorns, which he played in. He got hat-trick in that as well. Now, I'm going to be positive here, Nick. What you desire is not that far away. It's not that far away. It just needs a spark. It just needs a good run. It needs George Hall to come in the side, let's say, like Bellingham did, like Francis did, and have a blinding 6 games, where he scores 5 or 6 goals. And everybody will be talking about him. Oh, you've got to see this kid. He's whatever. You know, it might be somebody else. Who knows?
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen, though, Alan? If he does that, come January, he'll be gone. He'll be gone.
Who cares? Who cares? We got to light the fire. We got to light the fire.
I don't think it's just down to one player, though. I generally think that, like, it's the performances as well, because, like, so when we played West Brom, it was high intensity, there was high tempo, passing, we wanted it. And I do think that the protests helped that, because the whole of the fan base was together. When we played Cardiff, it was all very, I understand it's a Tuesday, but we still used to make some sort of noise, and I think it just lacked again. Huddersfield the weekend, there was noise, but as soon as it was 1-1, it just plummeted straight away.
And that's where I think the difference
it's down
is.
To the players, it's not just us.
I understand that, but the difference is from now and from like years and years and years ago is that we used to make a noise to make things happen.
Yeah.
Now,
Chris
we're waiting for the players to do something so we can make a noise.
I can go. When I was half Claire's age, and queuing up at 1:30 when the gates opened against Chelsea and Aston and various other teams, and be stuck on that Tilton terrace for an hour and a half before the game. And you're quite right. And the player didn't warm up in those days. They had a stroll on the pitch at about 2:00 to check the conditions. That was as much as they did. And they're cheering and, chanting people's names. And they were still in their stoops. Yes, but it ain't that any, we've gone to all seats. It's like, it's the same as going to the theatre now. You turn up 20 minutes before, you read your programme, have a cup of coffee, and expect to be entertained for 2 hours.
A question that's come up quite a lot is...
It's never been like that.
A question that's come up quite a lot, and especially on YouTube, is that would we take relegation to get this lot out?
Well, we discussed that earlier. Claire says absolutely not.
No, may as well.
I'd say no.
And the next the next comment he says, can I just say, the next comment he says is that it ain't the end of the world if we do go down. And he's right.
Before, Chris,
it's not the end of the world.
Back, but we're not now. 11 years, and we're not even bouncing at all. At all.
No.
Nigel Mann sums up beautifully how we're all feeling at the moment, and as a fan, how every fan would feel is: get yourself down to the ground, fill the stands, make the noise, get behind the club. It's much better than any protest.
Amen to that. Yes, couldn't agree more.
Also, there's a statement which Graham Haynes has added, which has come from Tom Ross, which is the EFL have charged the Blues with allegedly breaking regulations during the failed takeover earlier this season. The charges claim that people were allowed to act as relevant persons without the permission of the EFL. Strange when you consider that Maxco met the EFL with BHSL during the bid. So yet again, there's more things that will come out.
Sorry, Craig, I'm sorry. I missed a little bit of that. Can you go from the word strange?
Yeah, strange when you consider that Maxco met the EFL with BSHL during the bid.
There you go.
Yes.
An agenda.
Claire, do you reckon it's a witch hunt, man?
Oh, definitely. Like, you can tell with the refereeing, you can tell with everything. They have been after us for years. They will do anything that they can to get us to be sent down. I'm sorry, but I just think they will love to do a points deduction. I always find with the EFL, every season they need a club to kind of to make it like, just to let you guys know, you can't do this. So we're going to show you a club that has. So if you do it, then this is the problem. I just think that we're the club that they're aiming it at, and they have tried it for years.
Is the EFL credible? Question, Chris Browne.
Credible in what sense?
In all of this, in all of we're saying that they're picking on this, that, the other. Do you think the EFL is a credible organisation?
No, but I think it could be. No.
No, or do? Alan?
No, and it should be.
Craig?
Not with the people of old, but I believe
I nearly called you Olivia because Olivia is on your profile.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't believe it was with the people that were in charge previously. However, they have had a change in the EFL and they can make it correct.
Mark?
No, I don't think they are.
Claire?
No, we wouldn't be in this situation if they were in the first place.
Guys, listen, right? I do a lot of work with statistics and
Statistics.
Spreadsheets. Right, the six of us here tonight, and all six of us have agreed that it is not a credible organisation. That's 100% opinion. Think about that.
You'd have to say it's a very small sample, and it's.
But it's still
we don't give them the credibility. The lacking in credibility is between Birmingham City and the EFL. Now you might find six fans of somebody else who think they're wonderful. I think you have to struggle, but it's all about how they treated us rather than do we care about how they treated Derby? Probably we don't. You know, we think they were guilty, but again, we come back to the fans again. I had a thing about Luton Town with their plastic pitch and their membership only and all the rest of the cobblers, and I was glad to see them disappear in the conference, right? But when they started coming back, I realised that people who had nothing to do with that were still supporting them, and I'm thinking that's good. I'm glad for them that they've got back to where they used to be. And that's the problem, isn't it? You know, we are the ones that are suffering, not BHL or the Football League or anybody else or the press or whatever.
Absolutely.
It's me and you that got to get up in the morning and think, oh dear, you know, where are we going now? You know, and is my 4.5 hour journey on Saturday going to be another disaster? You know, if I
asked you earlier, Alan.
Yeah.
You live right on the south coast, right?
Yeah.
In a beach hut, right?
Yeah. You know how much beach huts cost on Bexhill Beach?
Oh, mate, I'll tell you, yeah.
30 grand.
Man. Ridiculous.
30 grand for a wooden box.
For a shed.
For a shed.
Alan, what does it cost you from start to finish to go to a Birmingham City home game and get home again?
The cheapest I can do it for is about 65, 70 quid. If I push the boat out, go on a quicker train, blah, 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 it could cost me 100.
Crazy.
Now, I just hope the missus don't hear that.
One person here, ladies and gentlemen.
That's one person, yeah.
Travelling from the south coast to the Midlands, we're already at £100. £100, right? Now, he did say if he had $1 million in his back pocket, I think he's just been like flitting them out week by week, you know what I mean? Right, so that's your train journey.
But I have to do it. I go to on a cheaper train. It takes me longer. I take my sandwiches. I don't go to McDonald's or Bedders. They owe me a free dinner for that. Whatever,
Bedders.
you know. And I the only thing I buy now is tea and coffee. Now, if I have five teas or coffees,
so you don't have a beer when you get there?
No, I don't, because I'll be piddling myself by after 20 minutes.
Your choice.
Yeah. You know, a cup of tea at St Andrews is £2.50. You know, exactly. I can get a pint of beer for that. You know, if you go to Costa Coffee or whatever, you're talking £3.50. So you have 4 or 5 of them. There's 20 quid gone, really. You know, on coffee. So yes, you know, I can cut that out. I don't have to buy that. But you know, you get ever so thirsty, you know.
Man, you've got to have some kind of comfort things, and
of course you have.
Like
of course you have.
Keeping you warm and a coffee, and mate, it's part of your day. Like if you, Alan, like and drink coffees, right? And Mark, you like and drink
Balti pie.
Yeah. Balti pie.
Drink Balti pies.
That's part of your
I
experience.
love them.
Yeah.
Mind you, coffee and a pie.
Yeah,
Like
you just drink Tony water out of a bottle.
I'm on holiday. I'm on half term. This is me being indoors. That's why I'm celebrating.
Right,
We're
Claire,
depressing.
I live next to a school, right?
Yeah.
And I got up this morning, went down, I thought, oh my God, the teachers must be striking up. It's half term. I can't do it.
It's half term. So I'm on holiday.
Right, carry on, Alan. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I paid £240 for my season ticket, right? And this season, this will be my 5th game to go to this year.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you know, I'm still quids in with that because 5 games for any bloke off the street would cost them £200. I'm getting.
Oh, so you're on crumbly prices, are you?
I am, yeah. I mean, and again, of course, Saturday, if we beat them as we normally do, again, here we go, sequences. We always beat Luton. It's got to stop, innit? You know, I couldn't care less. I could get home at midnight. I'm happy. You know, come through the door. The missus is in bed. You know, giving her a shout. You know, get the kettle on. I might have a beer then, and all that business. But when you've come back that distance, when you've been beaten 8-0 at home, that's when it starts to hurt.
Can I just
Do you know
say,
what hurts me? What hurts me, Alan, is on that 8-0. Have a guess where I was on that day.
Under the chair, shouldn't imagine.
No, mate. And this is absolutely gospel true. I was in Dunelm. I promise you.
and he's just got out.
I was in Dunelm, right? And my phone was on, and like 1-0, 2-0. And I just turned my phone off, right? I got back in the car park to come back home. Was it Brighton we played? Was it
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. Bournemouth. Birmingham 3-0.
Just to put a positive stance on some of this, Nigel Mann has said, yes, it's expensive, but money can't buy happiness.
Absolutely.
I bet the next game will make a difference.
Here we go. Go on. Here we go. Chris Baker spends £140 to £150 a game. That includes his overnight stay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, can I also quickly say that please share this evening's stream on your page. I've got a couple of prizes I'm going to give away. Some of you may have seen them on our Facebook group page. It's a lovely T-shirt with Keep Right On, Harry Lauder, and a and a play button and so forth and so forth. So please share, and then during probably Wednesday or Thursday I'll do a live draw to get rid of a couple of those. There we go. That's your public service information.
And just to cheer people up and make everyone laugh even more, Dave Twine said he'd rather go to the football because it's costing more going shopping with the missus on a Saturday.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, get your missus down there this Saturday.
Exactly. I was about to say.
Craig.
I was about to say.
It is. And
Claire,
do you want to tell us about Saturday and the little bit of a difference that we're having?
Yeah, let's put a positive spin. So for World, it's Women's Day on Saturday. So the her game too, we've got 11 grassroots teams being flag bearers. We've got penalty shootout at half time. We've got merchandising going in the shop. It's just going to be a really fun day, and it's going to be really good. So you can get your children down there, get girls, ladies, come on down. International Women's Day. Let's do this. It's going to be brilliant. And we're really excited to, we've got a panel as well. We've got Ian Dutton there. We've got other people there as well who have got who are having their say about the her game too and what we do. So it just promotes equality. Get the girls down there. It'd be really good to see 11 grassroots teams down there too. So
Fantastic.
So what is it? A Ladies' Day?
Yeah, so it's International Women's Day. So we've got loads of things going on. So we've got grassroots teams down there. We've got like people giving out like leaflets and things like that as well outside the ground. There's going to be things in the club shop. It's just going to be a really good day, really. Hopefully positive, and hopefully we can actually get a result this week instead of last week.
I promise you can't say hopefully it's positive. It will be positive. It will be
positive in terms of promoting women in sport and things like that. But obviously after last week,
Nigel Manners said, "Are you getting your wig out and are you going to turn up?"
Having said that,
yeah.
Have you ever seen a men's synchronised smoothie?
Terrible.
He's got to bring the show down. Every week he has to bring the show down to his level.
So yeah, it'll be good to see all the young girls, and hopefully that will make them want to come down as well.
Yes, they're the future.
Families going, they're the future of it, and the grassroots are the next generation of football. Might be football talent. So
yeah, definitely.
Claire, it's not just that, is it? It's about getting these young girls to support Birmingham City Football Club.
Well, yeah. So the more that we do, and the more that we do at grassroots level, the more girls we get into football and into sport, then they might be going, "Oh, Dad, can I go along?" And then all of a sudden, so yeah, like the women, on a Sunday, you see lots of young girls going in. It's really nice. That it's at St Andrews, and they're like, "Oh, I really want to go again." Like my little sister was like, "Oh, I really want to go to a game now. This is really good." And I was like, "Oh, the men play worse than these. It's fine." But yeah.
Rich, in the comments, and we might just have a little bit coming up shortly. So, yes. And I think
sorry, Craig, you might be what?
So Richie Rich has passed the comment on the board. Have we all seen the gentleman singing KLRO on the internet in the cave?
I've actually I've got it lined up, so we can hopefully. You've not.
I'm trying to work out where he's doing that. It seems to be in a cave somewhere.
I believe it's Wookie Hole.
I thought it was in America because I thought I heard American voice.
Oh, you see, it's all that speculation.
We've been on air now for an hour and nearly 10 minutes.
Right,
nothing positive to say in an hour and 10 minutes. And we shouldn't be talking about this. We should be talking about the future of our club, what's going on, who's coming in.
We should
and like, this is proper dragged me down tonight. I'll be honest with you, right? Not to any ridiculous level, but like,
we can talk about the good old days, Nick. But
Nick,
you're going to get people turning off even quicker.
Well, if you're positive to say at the minute, mate.
If you haven't seen this next segment, then this will bring you back.
As you go through life, it's a long, long road. There'll be joys and sorrows too. As we journey on, we will sing this song for the boys in royal blue. We're often parties and la, we will journey on. Keep right on to the end of the road. Keep right on to the end. Though the way be long, let your heart beat strong. Keep right on to the end. Though you're tired and weary, still journey on till you come to your happy abode. With all the love we've been dreaming of, we'll be there at the end of the road.
And that's the way it should be sang.
Yeah, apologies.
Yeah. Mind you, Claire's right. It sounds like Boris Johnson.
I have been begging the Tilton Talk Show to record a version of Keep Right On.
There is
11 years, I promise you.
There is a BBC video of the Glasgow Philharmonic Orchestra with a singer
I've heard it.
singing that.
I've heard it.
and it is breathtaking.
It is, yep.
Obviously,
But
he
did you
doesn't
see
see.
the guy
It's fantastic.
Sorry.
Did you see the guy on Last Night of the Proms a couple 3 years ago?
Yeah, he did it. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I don't know. It's that sort of style,
that
yeah.
was a beautiful moment.
It's that sort of style, and it is breathtaking. And
It is,
obviously, he sings the proper words as well.
Yeah, when we do it slowly at the ground, it does get you like. Yeah, that's when it hits. I think.
Claire, would you be up for recording?
I mean, I haven't got a voice
Claire,
of
would you be up for recording? It's a yes or no answer. I don't want to. I don't want
I've done one. I've got one somewhere. Nobody else
Yes or
did,
no?
so there you go. I shall play that. I shall play that.
No,
at the end of the
Nick,
show.
I've heard her singing, Nick, so the answer's no.
I've heard you singing as well, mate.
Mark, do you do it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Alan,
I would mouth along, yeah.
great.
Oh, I'd do it. But you know what? It's not
Yes,
about us.
definitely,
We
but I
need
think we need.
12,000
I think we
fans singing
need.
it.
Yeah, I think we. If we could get like just 100, maybe, in a room.
I would
to sing
do it at a heartbeat. A heartbeat, I promise you. Right.
If there was 100, I'd do it. But not you, 6, 5.
No.
Thing is, Alan, right? I know I'm saying I've lost the desire, but I've still got the love. I promise you, I've still got the love.
I thought you said the love.
Yeah.
I was going to say you ain't got the love.
It's your age, mate.
Definitely haven't.
When you're a youthful
Right,
sexual
okay,
one,
16 minutes and for 45 minutes now. Right, next game, scores, please. Mark, up you
Tomorrow night. Oh, I hate saying we'll lose, so I'm going to say we're going to get a cheeky draw. I'm going to say 1-1 tomorrow. It'll be the most blue thing in the world against Norwich.
Okay, Craig.
I'll go the same as Mark. I think we'll get a 1-1 tomorrow, and the weekend we're going to do them 2-0.
I was going to say 2-0 against Luton. Yeah,
Claire.
It would be the Blues thing to win, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Be the most blue thing in the world.
But I can't. After the week, I'll go 1-1 with them, and I reckon I think we'll struggle against Luton. I think we'll draw against them as well. I can't see it getting anything. I mean, that's me hoping and praying, but it'd be tough.
Isn't it crazy, Claire, when we're talking about Birmingham City not being able to get a result of Luton Town?
We can't get a result of Cardiff and Huddersfield, so we got no chance against Norwich and Luton, but we probably will because they're above us.
And I don't think Huddersfield has scored a goal. They hadn't won a game for about 133 years, had they, as well?
Norwich they sacked the manager, didn't they?
Yeah.
And
it could just be the new manager.
Had a couple of win stints, but not much.
Could
I think I would even suggest it again. This is Birmingham City. If we nick a win tomorrow, we won't win Saturday.
I'm going to go. I think we're going to actually lose both games, right? And I'm not being negative. That's my head, right? My heart wants to win both games, right?
Do they need a win? Because if they need a win, we'll just give them the 3 points now. There's no point playing. Because that's how we seem to do it.
They've dropped out the promotion point race.
They need a win then, so they'll get 3 points from us. The Luton need a win as well. Because honestly,
everybody needs to win. It's a game about winning, isn't it? Of course, yeah. Right? Everybody wants to win.
I tell you what, it's just reminded me of. Mr. Lecco scored against Norwich.
Oh, he did, yeah.
He did. Excellent goal. But did you see his goal from Milton Keynes on Saturday?
Why didn't he do that for us?
What a belter. I mean, they got beat 5-2, but he scored the first goal of the game. Absolute cracker. And at the bottom of my heart, if you're watching, mate, well done. Well done.
So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, we're going to enter the last 15 minutes of the show. And as Claire has zoomed in tonight from having a bath, anything to do with what you'd find in the bathroom, anything to do with what you find in the bathroom or toilet, and football. Off we go! I'm going to go for Lou Macari.
See, that's why he picked that, because he had one ready.
I'm going to go. Can I say Roberto Matey Mancini? Matey Man.
Oh, that's dropping to lower levels than
That's
ever,
far
Mark.
too heavy. Far too heavy, Mark.
Could you say Sam Colgate instead of Cosgrove?
No, Claire.
Clever.
Keep drinking your bottle, Doc. Keep drinking your bottle.
What about-
later?
I lost it. I can't.
That's for people who've still got their own teeth, by the way.
It's in the bathroom.
She's on holiday. She's in the bath.
It's in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's okay. Oh, can I quickly say hello to our old mate Kevin Kelly, who's on YouTube. Hello, Kelly. Kevin Kelly. From us all. Oh, the cogs are turning.
Bathroom, anything you'll find in the toilet, bathroom and toilet, anything you'll go, here you go. Come on.
Okay, I'll have
on.
Easy.
Nick, Bill, Armitage Shankly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you know that Armitage Chunks, their factory is just about 4 miles from here?
Oh, right, okay. I remember the song, thanks to Armitage Shanks. I can't really say the rest of the song, though.
Nah, we'll leave that there.
Danny Drinkwater.
Danny Drinkwater, yes.
I've got Lee Carsey.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for Showered Kendall.
There you are, Ricky Ploppo. Danny Bath.
You know what? You think of someone and you think like nobody is going to be able to do this.
No, yeah, Nick, you like this one.
You start blowing my head every
You like this one? Hotter water. John Scales. Loofah.
I like that one.
Loofah Blissett.
Luther Bliss.
Oh, this is a good one. Nicholas Eubent.
Brilliant. Who did it, Chris? Who did it?
Which one?
Luther Bliss.
Brett Stanley. Well done, Brett. Deli and his toothbrush.
I might need emergency services. And there's nobody else.
Yeah, Nick. Oh, somebody give him a kick, will you?
Funny oxygen.
Look at him. His makeup's running now.
Oh, God.
When he's recovered, I'll give him this one. You ready?
Right, go on.
Deli and his toothbrush.
No, it's not as good. It's my absolute favourite.
That was really good. Tony Cotton bathrobe. Urine Emery. Loser Blissett. We've had that. Former Wolves player Danny Bath.
Danny Bath.
Ollie Gunner Show, Joe.
That's clever. That is clever. Who did it?
Yeah. That was Nigel Mann. Urine Ridley. Ben Floster.
Ben Floster, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh no, Lily Pad and Mark Meredith are virtually at the same time come up with Danny Shittu.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's got me. Oh, that's funny.
Oh no, Ray Hobro. Nick, you could do you with this one. Talcum Page.
Talcum Page. Talcum Page.
I've lost it. I have completely lost it. Oh my.
Ian
Nothing like a bit of toilet humour, is it, to bring the show back to life?
No.
You know what? I am
You should have done this after 5 years.
Alan, I have got tears running down my eyes. I promise you. Talcum Page.
Talcum Page.
Oh, this is a clever one from Dave Twine. Listen. David Dunn won.
Oh.
David Dunn won.
I'll have to go for the first defender, number 2.
Lily's trying to bring it down again.
Lily's trying to lower the tone again.
Yeah.
Paul Hanson.
I still
You
think,
bend it like Beckham.
oh, there's nothing wrong with saying
bend it.
that. Tilton tampons. There's nothing wrong with that.
What? Who said that?
Curtis Rithouse. Toilet. There's some good ones here. There's some really good ones here. Toilet seat of Beardsley. Ian Flush. Nicholas Eubentner. Paul Pesh.
I'm going to go for Urinal Rennie.
I don't know. Does anybody understand the one from Don Kavanagh?
Oh my God.
Pesh and Solid Poo.
What is it?
All unnecessary.
What did Dom say?
Paul Pesh and Solid Poo.
Oh, really going on.
We needed this after tonight's
It's
conversation.
You are sorry, Clara.
We needed this after tonight's
Yeah,
conversation.
you know what we did, and this is why we do it, Claire, because
we like toilet
the last
humour.
15 minutes of the show, man, I howl. I promise you, I howl. And it don't matter how bad things are at Birmingham City. The people out there, the comedy of Birmingham City fans is simply the best there is in the world. I mean that. They're brilliant.
Jurgen Klopp.
Oh. Jurgen Klopp.
Me.
Apparently, you're trying to get on the stream, Craig.
I am. Can you readmit me because my laptop's about to reboot? So I thought I'd join on my phone.
Oh, right, okay. We can't have two of you, though.
Oh, why not?
Oh, right.
Football and fun.
Okay. I don't know what's going to happen now. I haven't got a Scooby-Doo.
Come on, let's have some more, guys. Please.
Jimmy. Who's got
I've gone.
Echo?
No, hang on, you're echoing.
Echo. Who is it? It's Craig because he's on 2. Oh, here we go. Jerry Pill. Pong Pesh. Dandruff the Ridder. Lou Roll Macari. Stella Dent. John Scales. Tony Cotton. Bud.
Oh, Claire, you see how good these people are to us.
Yeah.
You know what?
I'm just
We could have
reading
the worst week ever. I mean, the last 15 minutes on a Monday night, you know what, that cheer, it's almost like having a win. Huh?
No, it's not. It's nothing like that.
No.
Ollie gonna have a shower.
Yeah.
Shower Gil Merrick.
What was that one?
Shower Gil Merrick.
Does anyone...
as in lower Gilmerick. Shower.
Do you know what?
See?
Do you know what the new name of Bolton Wanderers ground is?
Oh yeah, Tough Sheet or something.
Tough Sheet. I'll have that one.
Tough Sheet. Why have they changed it?
It's a new sponsor, and it is a genuine company. They are called Tough Sheet.
Really?
Right, and they deliberately called themselves that so everybody would think, well, that's a bit like Tough, whatever. And it's a deliberate marketing ploy, and now they are.
Alan, because I'm really struggling to understand what the word was.
Sheet.
Tough Sheet.
Sheet, as in tough. Yeah, sheet.
As things as it goes on a bed. But if you say it quickly, it comes out as tough.
It sounds like a Spaniard, doesn't it? It sounds like a Spaniard saying, "Oh, the tough sheet." Hey, you're going over here now. You're tough sheet. Like, what? Bath Matt Letizia.
Bath Matt Letizia.
I love it.
What about Rubber Duck Ellis? Duck Ellis.
Rubber Duck Ellis. Rubber Duck. Yeah.
Rubber Duck Ellis. Because it's a rubber duck in the bath, like a duck.
Adam's tried this twice. Yeah. Nicky Butt.
Right, Dealey had a bowl of dirty water.
Who's guilty? Craig?
I'm claiming that one myself.
Oh, crikey. Well done, Craig. You are intelligent.
It's not bad, really, is it?
No,
for me?
not bad for you. Not bad for you at all. Richie Richard says it's like sheet on the villa.
Yeah.
My Italian's getting really good here. Brilliant.
Any more?
Oh, there's loads, yeah. Shave Given. Luka Modric.
Shave Given.
Nico,
I like that.
Nico
Razor
Frizzle.
Ruddock, my favourite friend. Razor Ruddock.
Yeah.
Fair on. Story about him.
Luther Pissett.
All right.
I like that one. That's good. That's quite good. One sheet does plenty, says Nigel Mount. So.
Oh, right. Okay, this might be a little bit controversial. Here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Guadliara.
Hey, say again.
You're gonna have to explain that one. That's
Aston Villa. Aston, well done.
Arsene Wenger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Nick, you better watch out. Sharon's watching. Have you got any messages for Sharon?
Best behaviour. Ladies and gentlemen, it's absolutely marvellous to be here with your daughter tonight, and we're not doing any frivolities or anything. Smashing noisy, mate. Here we go for Monday morning. All for charity.
So is that get my tea ready, Sharon, in Nixon Beach?
She's at work.
Oh, sure. Oh, okay.
Now I'm going to post this video to a gaffer and get her sacked. Sorry, you shouldn't be on your phone at work, should you? It's disgraceful. Disgrace.
Are you going to pay for your beer if you do that, Nick?
I'll sell her.
Sell her.
What about Kieran, hairdryer?
Kieran hairdryer, yeah.
A bit of messy in the toilet.
We have 2 minutes left. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Give me a really, really, really good one.
Okay,
2 minutes left. Anything to do with the bathroom or the toilet, because Claire tonight has zoomed in from the bath. And don't do your hair now, love. Like, can you even
doing her hair?
I'm not doing my hair. I'm just sat here. I'm ready. As soon as it's finished, I'm at the bar, so it's fine.
Claire, can we ask you what are you going to do once this Zoom call finishes, my dear?
Get drunk.
I am going to the bar.
We hate you. Just hate you.
She's only drinking Coke.
Yeah, I'm going to have a Pepsi.
Shouldn't you be looking at the sights?
You're in the bath. You're in the bath.
It's a beautiful
Kate
town.
knows I saw that I have to drink.
It's all I ever see coming back is weird coloured Coke. It's generally the colour of tea and it has a froth on top. But it's definitely Coke apparently at the top of the Tilton.
Well,
we've moaned about the catering before, haven't we? So it's no surprise.
When you say coming back, is she sick?
no, well, I don't
Coming back up.
Sorry, Claire, if you're in the Tilton Junction, mate, you're going to get a ribbon the same as every single one of us.
That's fine.
Don't matter.
I'm
There's ever personal. Nothing ever personal. Directed at Chris Browne.
Yeah.
Then it becomes personal, and we don't care.
Nick, you've got 1 minute and 15 seconds to say goodbye to everybody, starting from
I know.
now.
What lovely people you guys are. I love you all. I promise you. The one and only Mr. Alan Martin.
Good night, everybody. It ain't the worst is yet to come.
Fuck.
Craig Courtney looks
That's
like
cheered us all up.
Something a spoonful. Craig Courtney.
Good night, everyone. Watch out for our next charity event that's going to be posted shortly. Great prize where either your son or daughter can be a mascot at one of the Blues Ladies games in the near future. So watch out for details of just a simple football card. One go can get you a great prize.
Mate, mate. I don't know where's your road tonight, Mark?
Oh, it's been mangled. It's been, been win the wash.
No, hang on, whoa.
You're starching it?
Right, no, sorry.
Starching it. Stinks of vinegar again. Stinks of vinegar again.
Right, where's your other R?
She's in Malta.
18 seconds left.
You can't even walk your own road. You are a disgrace to the human race. Good night, Mark Adams. Chris Browne.
Good night. Don't forget.
Good night, all.
Hang on, no, I can have lots of time. Good night.
Claire.
Good night. And don't forget to share the stream as well. Even after the show, share the stream. And you can
I'm a
be
lovely mate, Claire Giblin, in the bath with a bottle of wine.
Good evening. Hopefully everyone's had a lovely evening. And her game on Saturday.
She's not drunk.
On Saturday. Her game too.
And Claire.
She's not drunk at all.
I was under pressure.
Enjoy your few days away, mate. Have a great time. And come back safe to Browne, yeah? Okay?
Let's hope
Good night,
the Blues
God bless, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Shame that we can't talk about nice things again tonight. Who knows? Next time we meet, we may be 6 points better off.
Who knows?
Gentlemen, thanks for joining us. You've been listening to your Tilton Talk Show.
Support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you you, what more can we say? Birmingham's the team, down at St Andrews, we are all supporters of our team. We chanted Super Blues, ringing all around, now all you blue boys.
Okay, this is a song that is actually the song of my football team.
That's okay, that's fine.
As you go through life, it's a long, long road. There'll be joys and sorrows too. As we journey on, we will sing this song for the boys in royal blue. We're often partisans, la la la, we will journey on. Keep right on to the end of the road, keep right on to the end. Though the way be long, let your heart beat strong, keep right on to the end. Though you're tired and weary, still journey on, till you come to your happy abode. With all the love we've been dreaming